Alright guys, welcome to the NGO podcast. As you can see, the staff is a bit short today because one, supposedly co-CEO Alex Lexus has personal matters to attend to. And he just, told me, hey, just start the show. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I will basically start off with the introductions starting from my left to right from what I see on the Skype call. So NGO on your knees, what's going on today?
So greetings everyone out there. I do have the latest news on Alex. He actually wasn't a personal issue. He's actually been extradited to New Zealand. Apparently this anti-bullying internet law that's been passed, even though it's not in effect yet, he's actually been found guilty of it and deported. So he's facing jail time and fees up to $50,000. I don't know if that's in New Zealand or US dollars, but either way he's fucked. So he might be absent for a while. Have fun.
Okay, I mean, I don't know if that was like something he should have told me or that was his reason of disappearance. Well,
those international calls are a bitch, so he couldn't tell you every detail.
Yeah, so hopefully Mr. Lexus is safe out there. We'll keep you guys posted. NGO Playboy, what's going on?
Oh, I'm doing good. Happy 4th of July, everyone. Everything's kind of quiet on the PC and technology front. Little stuff here and there, but other than that, everything's quiet. So.
Alright, cool. And lastly but not least on my Skype call, NGO Goken. What's going on?
What's going on, guys? Not a lot this week.
I noticed that's a theme for our research and probably for the show tonight.
Yeah, so this is kind of a new thing for us because a lot of people just got home. Apparently Shinmore just got in, but again, we'll just keep going. It's alright. A lot of people was absent. We had some people on standby. And apparently Noob just said the thunderstorm knocked my shit out. So that's live, okay? He said, yeah, go ahead. Alright, so we will. So today we're going to salvage up whatever the hell we can. We'll produce, content within that matter. And if you guys in the chat willing to have a topic for us to discuss, that's fine by us. But we're going to just give you what we have. So starting again from left to right, NGO on your knees. If you have anything that you would like to tell anyone and discuss, we can do that.
On a serious note, the New Zealand thing, it's a little more politically correct type of place, kind of like you see in Europe and England, a little more liberally progressive. So they don't like to see people's feelings get hurt. But this is a real thing that happened. It passed just on Tuesday. I'm trying to read the more details here. It's the Harmful Digital Communications Bill. Passed 116 to 5, so it's got a big following there. Everyone loves those feel-good measures that do absolutely nothing for the populace at large. It makes you feel better. It makes you feel like you actually did something. But let me just see here. It's mainly targeted for the children because they can't take care of themselves, apparently, and parents aren't parents anymore. Let me see here. Traditional school year bills moved to online. So use your typical fare. But this is a real thing. I'm not sure when it goes into effect, but keep an eye out for things like this in America. If you see this shit come up, if we see it come up, we'll definitely bring it up on the show. But this is something that needs to be avoided at all costs because it's just going to lead to bad things and restrict the freedom of the internet.
Yeah, but I mean, that feels like it can be to a more escalated issue. I mean, bullying is never a good thing, especially even from like cyber abuse.
Yeah, but we're talking about, oh, he said I was fat, he hurt my feelings. It could be something as innocuous as that. It doesn't go into details of how severe it has to be.
Right.
So it could be someone, oh, he's cross-eyed. Oh, can't go outside anymore. Send him to fucking jail. That's the kind of shit that can happen. I hate to use the slippery slope argument, but it's what it is. Because, this is the kind of shit that can get abused.
Yeah, that's a little bit crazy though. But again, hopefully it does get sorted out. Does anyone else have like actual feelings about this?
Well, I think it's a step in the wrong. The platform, they're making it a legal issue versus just trying to remediate the issue within the ecosystem. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All the bullying issues on the web can be handled through like Microsoft can handle it, Sony can handle it, right? You report the person, you get them kicked off, those type of things. There's no need to have people going to jail for this type of thing. Bullying happens, man. How much more? You know, how sensitive is the world getting? You know, everyone's becoming too soft. So
I mean, everyone is becoming too soft, as what you might say, but again, certain people might not have learned how to cope with this or have help to understand what's the difference between like a harsh thing to be said over the internet or actually be taught this at like.
You know what? I think it's just the internet. You know, I mean, listen, man, you got to remember this. You're not always gonna have good. You know, you're not. You know, there's always gonna be bad. You're gonna have both.
Well, here I could even throw this out there. My Wolfenstein video. Oh, there's swastikas. I'm offended. You know, we could be thrown in jail for this. That sort of thing.
That's a little bit ridiculous, man.
You know,
that's the kind of shit that happens with this.
That's the legal system. Like, and people can get away with all types of shit nowadays. You know, like most people are making money off of legal cases.
Legally spitting on someone's an assault. You know, that's the kind of shit that could go down.
Right.
Well, I'm going to play devil's advocate here because, okay, bullying leads to, you know, threats, etc., etc. Where do we draw the line? You can't make quote unquote terroristic threats or whatever against people because they'll lock your ass up. So you know, this, you know, I mean, of course, you know, we got the anti-bullying campaigns across this country. You know, Be a Star or whatever other campaigns that are out there. But you know, you understand it's a different. New Zealand is a different society. You know, we live in a civil society, so it is expected for us to act civilized, quote unquote. But you know, it's I can see how, because there are stories in the news of children in particular committing suicide because of cyberbullying. So I can understand where the government of New Zealand has come down. You know, and I hate to use the children as a defense, but it's just as there's more and more news stories out there every day of children, you know, doing bad things to themselves because of bullying and cyberbullying in particular.
Yeah. I think it all depends on how they define emotional distress and what could cause it. I think that's what it comes down to. Unfortunately, I haven't found, nor do I have the energy to find it and read it, the actual letter of the law in this case, you know, the actual wording of it, but it all depends on how severe it is, which unfortunately I don't know, and the article doesn't really explain it. So, but, you know, we'll have to see how this is enforced. Which I don't think it really can be, to be honest.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to wait till further development of this when we actually know like how severe or like what kind of context they're speaking about, because it like I said, it just seems a little bit like crazy just to say like, oh, I'm fat or blah blah blah, this and that, and then you get penalized for it. I'm like, dude, like I see shit every day.
Well, what's really fat? What if you're fat? You know, like
right here, me.
But some people can't, I guess, you know, weak-minded people, I will put it like that, are not able to just sit there and take abuse like that, especially if it's been happening since they was like 2, 3.
But like, come on, if you're on the internet, think about this, right? People have to. It's not like high school. Like high school, when you're getting bullied, right? When one person's getting bullied, either somebody comes to help or people just join in, and
right.
it's a more serious in the real world, because guess what? People tend to follow, right? And I could see in the real world where like, all right, man, Johnny keeps calling me names every day, and then guess what? When Johnny starts calling me names, everyone else starts calling me names because they're following Johnny. But if I'm on the internet and Joe Jackson the third, whatever game handler is harassing me, I just block Joe Handler the third. It's not like people are following Joe Handler the third to come look for me and harass me or, you know, or complain about me. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit different.
Yeah.
You have a little bit more control.
Yeah, that is true, but then again, it's depending on the outlet that these people are on, such as, let's say, like Facebook, Instagram, possibly Twitter, or even go further on with, like, you know, I would say, like, dating sites or whatever, just trying to make social life on the internet.
That's not social.
Well, How's it not social if you're talking and interacting with other fucking people? How's it not social?
That's
It's
so.
not the same. It's not the same, man. You have more control. I'm telling you.
I mean, it's
Different-
depending
it's
on your
different.
business that
Listen,
you put out there.
Yeah, but interacting with someone on Facebook is different than walking into a club or a bar.
That
or
is
going out
true.
to the park.
That is true.
It's a whole different. It's very different. So that is what I consider like real social. You know.
Yeah,
Human
that
interaction is social.
that's a more like better way of like experiencing, you know, certain things. That's what I would prefer, like talking to people in person, not really over like.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. You have, I think, you have a better controlled environment when you're on the internet. If I'm on Facebook and everyone just gives me negative comments on whatever, then guess what? Then just either don't do that anymore or block comments. You have more control.
Yeah, you do, but again, certain people are like oblivious to even doing that. Like I have several friends that uses Facebook and Instagram all the time. They don't know how to do like, you know, the blocking and shit like that, whatever. But again, it's depending on their motive. They put all their shit out there to be heard and seen, and then they get ridiculed for it. Yeah, exactly. So sometimes it's not just like randomly just going out there just looking at someone's profile like, damn, that motherfucker fat and ugly. Oh shit, I'm gonna write a nasty comment about his ass. You know, like, it's depending what you do, guys. So if you want to prevent a lot of things and you know that you're careful, then stay being careful. If you're just being dumb and not knowing what the hell you're doing, you probably shouldn't be on the internet in the first place.
Yeah, it's true. And I think if you're someone that wants to be on social media or the internet, on the internet, before you sign up for all this stuff, make sure that you understand. Take the time to read and understand all the security rules and what's available to you, because you may be signing up for something that only allows you to have, like, maybe you don't want to be, you know, comments, or maybe you don't want anything. You just want to post it and share it with your family or whoever, but you don't want to be, you don't need the comments. You know, figure out if that service offers those type of things. You know, actually take some time, do some research, and try to understand what it is you're actually using. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever that outlet is, understand the security and understand what you can do.
Right. That's
So that way you can maintain having control. The problem, I think, is no one knows how to control that environment. And again, if that platform doesn't offer the type of control you're looking for, then don't use it.
That's very true. All right, so if anyone else has any final and closing words about this, I guess we will wrap up. So does anyone have anything else to say about this?
Just what I posted in chat, when gaming news gets sparse, we get serious.
Yeah.
Another way to rectify this is don't put all your business out there for the world to see.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that is very true.
Let's throw some funny out there, and we all know the internet's not for bullying, it's for porn.
Yes.
Yes, and if that is a reference to a song from a play called Avenue Q, it's actually pretty funny. Check it out if you have a chance.
Oh my god. Alright, so this is what we're gonna do, guys. We're gonna close this topic to an end. That means we're not getting off, because I know there was a lot of new viewers like, oh my god, you're turning off the stream already? I just got here. No, we're still live. We're going to stay live for a little bit longer, but we're cutting this segment for YouTube purposes, so please like, rate, and subscribe on the YouTube channel. And also don't forget to follow us on the Twitch channel, which you guys will get the link for. And also visit newgamingorder.com to get all the latest podcast info and anything else update. So we'll be switching to the next podcast segment, and we'll be right back with that.